What's up, guys? Pack here with another review, continuing the summer movie season, and this weekend I got to check out Wonder Woman, so I'm hyped to talk about it. So Wonder Woman, you remember how Wonder Woman was one of the coolest parts of Batman vs. Superman, but she was hardly in the movie, kind of because she didn't belong in the movie, kind of because they were just trying to set up for future movies. Imagine that awesomeness spread out again amongst a 2-hour span of just that character, and you have Wonder Woman. It's an origin story. It picks up where we just get to see her home she lives on a beautiful paradise island called Themyscira, and it's basically home to a devastating army called the Amazons. They're all super cool warriors that basically take care of Greek mythology threats that have to do with the spawn Zeus created and things like that, and they also serve to protect other worlds as well. So when Chris Pine's character, a captain, a World War I British spy named Trevor, something along that line, he crash lands on her island of Themyscira, so she learns that the World War I, the war to end all wars, may be connected to a threat in her world, and that's why she decides to go and fight for truth and justice on the front lines of World War I. Alright, starting off, what I loved about this movie is its casting. Gal Gadot is pitch perfect. I loved her as Wonder Woman. She, just like the comics, the animated series, the movies, the DC animated movies, she does such a great job of embodying the character. So since Superman in the DCEU, the extended universe of movies, since he's brooding and depressed all the time and doesn't know what he stands for, Wonder Woman serves as the Captain America-like figure that's completely enveloped in her ideology and completely knows what she stands for honor and truth and justice. She's a great warrior, and Gal Gadot also did a great job of showing the lighter, more humorous side to her. She has a lot of great interactions, having grown up in an island of all women and having not been introduced to 1930s America, chauvinistic culture, and not ever meeting men in her life. Her and Chris Pine had some great moments. I love their chemistry between the two, and I really think the movie took advantage of the backstory with the characters as far as the direction to go with the humor. Another thing I really liked about this movie is its action. It's so cool. Like I said, the ending scene, action sequence of Batman vs. Superman, when seeing her throw down with sword and shield and lasso and everything, it's all in there and it looks great in this movie. The CGI, generally speaking, is pretty good because you have to see her throw down with the sword, the shield, the lasso, and it would be easy to just make her leap tall buildings in a single bound and make it really corny. But the slow-mo, they use slow-mo a lot. There were some times where I was like, Zack Snyder, you do not have to use slow-mo every time she jumps high or every time she has to emote in the heat of a battle. But generally, the slow-mo was used really well, and the general action, I was put right in the middle of the intensity, and I really liked the action in this movie. So the casting, the action, the last thing I liked about Wonder Woman was it felt like such a self-contained story. I loved that even though Batman vs. Superman, it felt like they were just trying way too hard to shove in Easter eggs and hints for the future movies. Batman vs. Superman, even Man of Steel to a lesser extent, felt like it was just trying way too hard to set up those future movies. But Wonder Woman is mostly rewatchable. I feel like the most rewatchable movie DC has put out thus far since Man of Steel, because it is its own movie. It's its own story first. It's an Easter egg for the future movies later. So that's another thing I really liked about Wonder Woman. As far as gripes, well, first of all, like every origin story does, every superhero comic book origin story does to some extent, it kind of struggles with that whole build-up as far as the conflict goes, because they have to spend a great amount of the movie just developing the world, developing the character, and it did kind of drag on. There were some pacing issues from the beginning to middle, but once it finally goes down, it's pretty satisfying. Like I said, Gal Gadot is awesomely fierce. She's stunning as an actress and as a person. She just throws down in every scene she's forced to. I love the character of Diana, and I love the fact that as far as the conflict goes, I don't love this. This was one of my minor gripes. The third act, the last couple action scenes, you're kind of just like, While the most of the movie, while 80% of the movie has you going like, whoa, this is nice. I haven't seen this from DC in a while. The last 20, 30 minutes I felt very Zack Snyder-y. They tried to make a minor twist towards the end. I won't spoil here, obviously, but they tried to put a minor twist in there, and I was just unimpressed. I was like, that's how you not do a twist. No. I hardly knew this dude was in the movie, so no, I don't care about this twist. But in the last couple of action sequences, it really shows how far the character can really go. You see that, oh, she might be, wow, she was holding back. But it was really entertaining. Besides that generic third act Zack Snyder likes to do with those huge explosions, the third act and the build-up of the movie, Wonder Woman was still very fun. I really had a blast with this movie. I thought DC was going to tank once again, but they didn't. I'm going to give Wonder Woman 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it, and the summer movie season continues. Thanks, guys. I'm Pac. Thanks so much for hearing my perspective, and I'm out for now.